All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am super excited to be in the Boeing 737 BBJ. A lot of activity happening around here. We got 3 VIP SUVs showing up. One of those is for Chris Buescher. One of those is for the Darlington big time winner and last week's the Coke 600's second place finisher, Brad Keselowski. And then this one's got crew chiefs, car chiefs, that kind of stuff in it. So total crammed into those 3 SUVs of 23 people that we're taking with us to from Charlotte, which is where we're at now, parked on the ramp at Charlotte, on the private ramp, as it were. And we're going to be heading out to St. Louis for Gateway. It should be a couple hours from now. We should be making our approach into there. So since everybody's already there, I'm going to go ahead and release that and release the stairs. Already got 23 people in there. And we're going to go ahead and let those guys go. So by SUVs, by stairs, closing doors. Very nice. Now, of course, it's going to be warm in this airplane. We haven't started anything up yet, so we're going to do that next. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to go ahead and do is turn on ground power, get a little bit of oomph going. Get all our lights up and running. Okay, so we'll go ahead and flip our battery down. Emergency exit lights. Going to go and ask the guys to turn on seat belts. Put that in auto. And go ahead and start thinking about this APU. So, get our IRS aligning. Yaw damp. I might not be able to turn on the yaw dampener yet. Get the forward fuel going for the APU. And for the moment, we're going to be on ground power. That's correct. All right, cool deal. So that's all we got to do for now. We're going to clear faults again through the FMC in just a moment, just because it's annoying how kind of messed up that often is. I feel like every time I don't clear the faults ahead of time, I get hit with a random failure, which is just kind of silly. It shouldn't happen every time. So I feel like PMDG over inflates the amount of failures that might happen. So a quick look at our flight here, looking at Navigraph. Again, we're starting in Charlotte. We're going to cruise out, and a long freaking arrival here, getting into St. Louis. It's kind of a weird one. But anyway, we're going to head to the east, a little bit of a right turn Zaruni there, and then up into St. Louis. So excited about the flight. I do have the payware version of both of these airports, so we'll get to programming our FMC and whatnot in a moment. Do our perf init pages and all that stuff. There was a Navigraph update today, and so might be that I screw around with some of the takeoff and landing calculators that are built in now. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Kind of depends on how I feel as I get going here. But the first thing I want to do is get fuel started. So let's look at our OFP and look at what our block fuel needs to be. So total fuel 14502. So we're going to go to our ground services. And what was it? 14502 is all we need. I think that will remove fuel for me, or do I need to zero it out first? Tell you what, let's zero it out first. That way it does the thing. There we go. So now I have zero fuel. So we'll go back into ground services and hit start on the fuel. One 14502 start. All right, so we'll start fueling from empty. That'll take a few minutes while we're setting everything up. Let's go ahead and hide this and move this over. And we'll have our OFP as we need it. I can also, of course, use the OFP in the tablet, which is cool. But for setting up the FMC, it's just a little too far away. But I'll go ahead and get it in there. And get our METAR going. We already have a PDC from ATC. We are going to do this on VATSIM. So we'll be doing calls and whatnot in a few minutes, but for the moment we aren't yet, because again we already got clearance through the PDC. Are we aligned yet? I think we're aligned. Let's go ahead and go menu. I say menu. Uh-oh. Do we have a game freeze? Do believe we have a game freeze here, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry to say that works. Oh, is this that bug where the game freezes if you open the OFP? This happened the last time Navigraph had a big update. All right, well, we'll hang out and chat then while we reload into the sim, I suppose. So we'll just, well, let's see if we can just hit restart. This might do the trick. Instead of exit and come all the way back in, this might do the trick. I didn't think of that. But that means we can't use the OFP as part of the, oh, don't, okay, that's fine. Means we probably can't use the OFP. So let's go back down here again and start over. Okay, good. At least it's not frozen again. All right. Well, what does that mean for us then? Let's go ahead and flight simulator actions, ground services, request ground power, connecting. Let's kind of restart there. Glad that happened early. Now I just know not to open the OFP here. It's annoying. Okay, we'll go ahead and get ground power going. IRS aligning. Turn on one of our fuel pumps. Battery, emergency exit lights. Turn on our wheel well, turn on our anti-collision, turn on our logo. All right, now let's go back into Flight Simulator Actions. Fuel, zero out our fuel. And go back one and ground services. And, oh crap, what's the number? So I'm going to need to have a sexier way of doing this. Let's see. As I was having a little trouble even in SimBrief, like since the update of getting things to pull up this way. Okay, this is fine. 14502. This is going to be annoying having to do it that way, but I might take a gamble here. In fact, let's take the gamble. And let's break this out into its own Windows window and view the OFP. Did it freeze stuff? No, it didn't. Good. Okay. So maybe we'll just have to do it that way. So 14502 it's going to be our fuel number. And let's go ahead and request a fuel truck. And when that shows up, we'll start filling her up. Go ahead and release the stairs. We don't need it. 23 passengers, though. We'll go ahead and do that. And why don't we go ahead and go to the FMC now while we're waiting on the fuel truck and do our position initialization there. And we're starting from KCL Tango. Oops. And I don't think I'm at a gate per se, but what we'll do is look at the maps. We're on the GA ramp. No spot number, so we're just on the GA ramp. So any calls we need to do, we'll do from the GA ramp. All right. So let's think about what's next here. So our origins KCLT, we're heading to KSTL, boink. Our flight number is going to be Roush Fenway Keselowski 617, boink. And what runway will be taken off of? Looks like 36 Charlie. 36 center. Okay. I'm not going to request a flight plan. I like doing that stuff myself. So what we're going to do now is close this guy and look at what it gave me here. So 36 Charlie, we're going to use the Bob Z5 departure. So we'll go departure and arrival. Oops, nope, that's wrong. Index, departure, Bob Z5. Crap, I messed up again. Departure. Ah, there is no Bob Z5. Got a BV5. What are my options here? The 36C. Bob Z5 is one of them. I don't see a Bob Z4. I wonder if that's the same thing and it's just an error. We'll go with Bob Z4 here and see if they yell at me. 36 Charlie. Route. So Bobsy. That's going to take me to Bobsy, so I think it's going to be A-OK. Let this load for a moment. Let this load for a moment. Still letting this load for a moment. That's interesting. Are you not seeing? You're only seeing the map? Is that right? What the hell is going on? Up in here, up in here. Desktop. Why is Flight Sim only showing the map? Guys, weird stuff is going on with the Navigraph update. Weird stuff is happening with Navigraph. It's killing me here, Smalls. Why don't you see the airplane? Might restart the stream entirely here. Oh no, there it is. Okay, it finally came back up. Just as an experiment real fast, if I open Navigraph, what happens? Okay, it shows just fine. If I undock it, yeah, it like takes over the whole screen. Interesting. Okay, well we just gotta be careful not to open the OFP there then, I guess. So I might have to pull it up on my tablet over here. So what we'll do is a little split screen where I've got my OFP on the bottom. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but I've got my OFP on the bottom. Import flight, import from SimBrief, Charlotte to St. Louis. I always want to say Seattle, but that's wrong. Okay, so I've got my OFP over here now. It's going to make it harder for me to see chat, but I guess that's life. There we go. That kind of makes it better a little bit, I guess. Anyway, only really need the OFP mostly while I'm on the ground here, so hopefully that doesn't bother us too much. So what we'll do is pop in some waypoints. So this is going to take me to Bobsy, and then from there to Lachen, L-A-C-H-N. Excuse me, L-A-C-H, November. Okay. Can you tell it's been a while since I've flown this properly? L-A-C-H-N, and then Yingen, Y-N-G-U-N, That's a weird one. YNG U November. And then from there, oh, Bobsy, okay. You know what then? In that case, then we'll kill those in just a moment. What's our next one after Bobsy? That's a long ways away. B&A, okay. So what we're going to do is clear this or delete this. Can't do it. Okay. B&A. Bravo, November, Alpha. Okay. I'm falling for it. Because I'm having weird problems, man. So, because I'm having weird problems, I'm going to do weird stuff that I don't normally do. Let's go back and make sure that we've got our fuel loading. 14502, start fueling, please. I'll take a few. Back to the menu, FMC. Oh, menu, while we're there, PMDG setup, aircraft, failures, all systems, maintenance, clear active, clear all. There we go. Okay. If I don't do that, like, it fails every single time. So now let's look at our 36 Charlie, blah, 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 blah. Cruising altitude of 40,000. Legs. Okay, it looks like I put all our legs in. Do I have any speed restrictions on this departure? Let's go look at the chart. So it'll be 275 degrees. Okay. All right, so this looks okay then. Yungen, we'll activate that. Execute, please. Route data. Wins? Yeah, why not? We'll go ahead and request that. Uplink ready. Then load that mamma jamma baby. Let's go ahead and start going through our init ref here. 0 fuel weight entered. If I look at my OFP for reserves, what do we got? Total fuel extra reserves 4.8. Cost index of 44 because it's a private BBJ, baby. Planned fuel. Block fuel of 14,502. The trip fuel, which one is it? Takeoff fuel. There's like one for trip plus taxi, 8.4. 8.4. Interesting. Okay. It's interesting. I don't know why that's... Yeah, okay, that's weird. 8.4. Okay, it's loading. That's how much I have. And it's still loading in. Got it. Okay. Cruise wind. Let's go down and look at winds for cruising altitudes. So at Bobsy, I am at 304s, 295. We'll say 304 at 068. 304 slash 068. Okay, and one limit. I don't know if I can do that yet while it's still filling up ye old fuel tanks. So what we'll do is go ahead and take a moment while it's filling the fuel tanks before we set all that stuff up. We'll go ahead and fire up the APU. Got a fuel tank on. It's got all of our hydraulic pumps on. Start APU, please. Go ahead and turn our packs on here, get the guys comfortable back there. Still spinning up, still spinning up. All right, should have a light. And we'll go ahead and disconnect ground power and menu flight simulator actions, ground service. We'll release the ground cart. That should go away. Okay, that looks to be nicely disconnected. Very cool. All gone. So now we're just waiting on the fuel truck to finish. So we'll go back and go to init-ref and see how we're looking. 12.0. Give that a couple minutes and it should set up. In the meantime, let me go ahead and look back at my PDC. So what do we got? Altitude 400, squawk 6044, so we'll go ahead and set that. 46044, and that's in standby at the moment. That's correct. Cleared Bobsy 5 departure, BNA transition, maintain 8,000 feet, so we'll set our initial altitude for 8,000. Expect 40,000 10 minutes after. Speed restriction applies. See chart. CTC 121900. 121900. Let's make sure I got that right. Yep. And we'll go ahead and tune in for taxi. Okay, cool. How we doing on fuel? 14.5. That's what we needed, right? So we'll go ahead and go menu again. Ground services. Find that fuel truck. 14503, 14502 is perfect. We'll release the fire truck, the fire maker truck, and we're good to go on that front. Let's do a quick check here. All right, my controls look correct. Okay, looking good. All right, we've got APU up. I think we're probably ready to start our... Well, actually, let's go back here and just double check that we're all good here. Oh, we're not yet, are we? We've got to set up our takeoff speeds. Flaps 5 in this airplane, please. Boink, boink, boink. Center of gravity. Insufficient fuel, your mama. All right, let's look up runway information. Airports, KCLT, runways. I'm going to be flying out of 36C. thought the information was here for this. Hang on, that's runway 23. 36C. Slope 0.5. Runway wind, we'll look up on the METAR. Weather, ATIS. 26 at 09, is that right? I'm always bad at reading these. $123. Alright, that looks good. Set our trim to 4.65 here. It's not too far off already. About right. 4.65 set. Alright, and our initial runway heading is gonna be bearing 003. Is that right? Yeah, okay, I guess so. Wouldn't 003 be leaning right? Charts. Taxi. This. 003. Okay. Whatever. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry, what was it? 135. And we'll put that up almost immediately once we get in the air. Turn on both flight directors here. Turn on auto throttle. 003. $8,000. All right. Autopilot pre-configured. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. So that means that we're going to look at our SID for Bobsy, Genzi, looks like I'll take off and get on a 330 once I get in the air, and then take vectors to Laken. Okay, I think I'm ready to spin up an engine here. Yaw dampener enabled. All fuel pumps on. All hydraulics on. Window, pitot. Packs off. APU bleed on. Right engine start. I think I got all that right. One of those things I do wrong half the time, right half the time. This might be a wrong time. Did I get this right? Packs are off. Yeah, I've got something wrong. What do I have wrong? Fuel's on. I'm going to go down and clear failures again. So often in this airplane, it's that, and I can't remember if I cleared this stuff before or after. Clear all. Okay, good. Oh no, it's still sitting at 3.2. I think it tried. Are you coming up? Are you coming up? Okay, what'd you mess up, Ben? So yeah, let's put it back. Let that die down. We'll try it again. Don't make me look at the checklist. I'll do it. I'll do what I'm supposed to do. Don't you stop at 3. Don't you do it. You're doing it, aren't you? 3.2. Ugh, what am I forgetting? Anybody out there in the chat want to tell me what I'm messing up? I swear APU bleed needs to be on. Let's close the isolation valve, open the APU. I'm trying to remember the combination here. Okay, let's pull up our checklist like a loser. Force start, parking brake, chocks, takeoff briefing, packs left and right off. Packs left and right off. Anti-collision light on, transponder, engine area clear, lower display unit. Okay, like I got all that. Last time I flew this, everything was fine. Everything was fine. What am I messing up? What are you messing up, Ben? You're always messing something up at this. Still not getting it. I've messed something up. Like that needs to get to like 25 before I can do it. Right? What the hell? Hold on. Have I been looking at the wrong number this whole time? I think I have been. I think I've been looking at the wrong number this whole time. I think I've been properly configured. Whatever. Alright, I think we got a good engine over there. So we'll go ahead and flip over to the right side, ground. While we're at it, let's set 40,000. And then our landing airport's altitude is 617. Okay. Alright, do we have 2 good engine starts? Oh, haven't introduced fuel yet in number 2. Let's go ahead and have chocks removed. Then before I start doing my calls and stuff, I'm going to run NPP and then okay, chocks removed. Got good engines. Got good lights. Got good engines. Alright, cool. I'll be right back and then we'll call for tax clearance and all that jazz. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the friggin' road. APU disabled, yaw dampener enabled, fuel pumps are on, going down the left column is good, center column, looking down the center column is good. Go ahead and turn on window heaters, turn on probes, don't need anti-ice at the moment, all pumps are on, no amber. Altimeter set over there. We've already set our altimeter here. Alright, can I get METAR for my departure? This is one of those things I feel like I've seen other people do, and I don't understand why it doesn't work for me. Charlotte ground 121.9 is what I'm on. Let's make sure my right headphones are set up because I haven't heard anybody. Audio, HyperX, yeah. Often, sometimes if I disconnect and then come back and connect to Okay, I think we're looking good. So I'm real quickly going to go over to Chrome and see if within SimBrief I can see KCLT. Okay, VATSIM, here we go, information November. $3008 for the altimeter, got it. And looking at the map here, let's think through what our taxi clearance is likely to be. Okay, I think our taxi clearance is going to be the Charlotte ground. I think what he's going to tell me is Delta 5. Or maybe, hold on. Is it Charlotte ground? Is that who my controller is? Charlotte ground. Charlotte ground, good evening. RFK 617 on the general aviation ramp, ready for taxi to 36 Charlie.
So is that RFK 617?
Yes, we can go by Roush 617 if that'd be easier.
Oh, it's a racing team. Oh, okay. RAF 617, Charlotte ground, runway 36 right, taxi via Delta.
36 right, taxi via Delta, RFK 617, thanks. All right, let's flip on some taxi lights. And we've, oops, that's the APU, sorry. Wrong, turn that off, taxi lights. Interesting click box. So he wants me to take off from there instead. So what I'm going to do real quickly here is go into FMC. Do I need to really mess with that? Departure, 6 right. Bobsy, or BNA, execute. Okay. And that is also a 003. Should be fine. Alright, so I'm going to just take a hard right, go all the way down to Delta 1 hold point. Take a look around outside. Ooh, I guess I need to push back down. Or I can do a loopy to the left. I shall do a loopy to the left. Flaps 5 while we're looking at it. Yeah, they're down. Okay. All right, cool. So takeoff config. 4.6. Flight director on. Other flight director is on. Try to figure out what that is. Oh. Alright, it was just the stupid parking brake was on. Anyway, cheers. We're taxiing. Time to head out. Look at that big, bad, beautiful boy, though. What? Oh. Give a little right engine. Can you imagine? Like, Travolta has one of these, I think. Can you imagine having your own 737? We're going to take a walk around the cabin. I've got some cameras set up here. Pretty cool. But for the moment, let's look out. Let's look out that window. Love that sound. Turned on to Delta here. Just follow it all the way down. Got a big old UPS 747 over there. All the way down. Ground speed of 20. We'll try to hold it around there. Need to be ready for my takeoff clearance. Do we have another frequency for departure? We do not. I've got an approach 120.5.
Charlotte Ground, good evening. American 48, pushback from Bravo 9, requested taxi.
Roush, sorry, not Roush. American 48, Charlotte Ground. Runway tree 6 right, taxi via Golf Charlie, cross runway 2 tree at Golf. Roush 617, contact departure 120.5, so long.
120.5. Thank you so much for the ATC, Roush 617.
Yeah. American 4A, Charlotte Ground runway tree 6 right, taxi via Golf Charlie, cross runway 2 tree at Golf.
Well, taxi to 36 right via Golf Charlie, cross runway 23 at Golf, American 48.
120.5 is the number, so we'll go to 0.5. Charlotte departure, Roush 617 holding short, runway 36 right at Delta 1, ready for takeoff. Hello, Charlotte departure. Charlotte departure, how do you read? Roush 617. One two 0.5. Oh, I did 05. Crap. Charlotte departure, Roush 617, holding short for runway 36 right at Delta 1, ready for departure.
Route 617, shot departure, turn right heading 025, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
We'll turn right 025, 36 right, ready for takeoff, thank you. Alright. Got clearance, let's look out the window anyway. Nothing coming. Auto throttle has turned itself off again. Watching those annunciators.
American 1894 to set on maintain 10,000.
Alright, here we go.
10,000, American 1894.
Okay, let's do this. Toga's in the chat. Haha, look at that wing flex. I love it. Gear coming up, positive rate. We'll turn right for 025 and obey vectors from there.
Route 617, ready to contact the altitude.
Passing 3000, Roush 617.
Route 617, clear at Bozzy, climb maintain 16,000.
Clear Bozzy, maintain 16,000, thank you. Legs, Bobsy, execute, manned. So, cool. Up on the flaps. It occurred to me I never turned landing lights on. Look at that beautiful boy go. Bye, Charlotte. Cheers to a takeoff. Let's get up to 16,000. Climbing nicely. Cruising along, autopilot's engaged, auto throttle's engaged. Looking okay, VNAV and LNAV both.
JetBlue 8723, flying 3300 to set and maintain 6,000.
JetBlue 8723, can you repeat?
Flying 300 to set and maintain 6,000.
Heading 330, destination
300, 300.
Look how
Roger, sorry.
I'm kind of proud
300.
how I managed
6,000.
the FMC there. Like, you know, getting vectors while manually flying and doing all that stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I'm learning. All right, over 10,000. Landing lights coming off. Taxi lights are off. And other lights look good. Altimeter, I'm sorry, not altimeter, but cruising altitude is set there. So cabin pressurization should be fine. We are on our way.
Route 617, Element Center is closed. Order service terminated. First exchange approved. Have a good night.
Radar service is terminated over to Unicom. Thank you so much for the ATC. Good night. Alright, that means we're moving over to 122.8, and there's not going to be any ATC for a while. I'll pull up SimAware in a moment here and kind of see what the lay of the land is. We might not have any ATC for the rest of the flight. Just looking at it, I'll switch over real quickly here, just looking at the SimAware map. Looks like all the coverage is up in the north, and I am, where am I? I'm this guy, right? Yeah, there's me. So we're going there. Right now there's no coverage. So I'm going to get this bad boy up to cruising altitude, and then from there we will probably be on our own unless someone comes on. Who knows? I'm going to go ahead and self-clear up to 226. What's my speed? 312. Good. And self-clear myself up to 226. Keep the throttle in it, baby. Oh, machine, go ahead. Go. Get it up there, man. So we're cleared to 220, 219, 289. So actually, let's clear us up to 290. We're heading to Bobsey here. I'm not great at reading SIDS. I need to learn more about reading SIDS. Like, I get the directions. I'm totally down with the directions. It's speed and altitude restrictions that I feel like aren't as intuitive on SIDS as they are approaches, excuse me. No, arrivals. I don't think I really have insufficient fuel. 12.4 should be more than enough. If we look at our OFP at Bobsey, I'm supposed to have 11.8, and almost to Bobsey I've got 12.4. We're fine on fuel. Plenty of extra fuel. And if nothing else, we can always cheat. It's just a video game. Let's pan the camera around a little bit here. What we got? Charlotte in the background. Look at that beauty. Your own private 737. Man, it's crazy. Right turn there. take a walk around this airplane. What you say? Hang on. How are we doing? It's at 16,000. Set for 2.9. Okay, we'll take a walk around the airplane in a sec. Let's make sure our VNAV is doing its thing. All that engine start drama, I was just looking at the wrong freaking number that whole time. Like a douche. What a goob. What a noob goob. I'm going to walk up and talk to the pilot. That's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of short. There we go. Now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the bathroom. Hey guys, what's going on? What? I got to pee. I'm just going to walk into this palatial bathroom. And tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. And you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to take a quick shower. And let's head up and talk to that pilot. You want to play some poker? You guys playing some poker? What's up, Brad? Hey, what's up, man? All right, cool. Oh, what's this? The servants' quarters. Hello, servants. Don't look at me in the eye. Don't look at me in the eye. Look, a cockpit. I mean, a flight deck. 17 nautical miles. Oh, the speed restriction is 311. So where does it say 311 at brain here? Does it somewhere is what I'm looking for. How do I know, looking at this chart, that there's a speed restriction there? I don't know. Please throw it in the comments below. The comments are directly below the like and subscribe buttons. So you know, throw it in the comments. Tell me a little bit more about why I don't see a speed restriction here somewhere that tells me that I'm supposed to be going 311. Why do I only see that in the FMC? How does that work? Yeah, that seems off. Brain's where we're going, I guess. Oh, brain's there, okay. I guess the departure, maybe when I changed the runway, kind of disagreed. What you want? Cabin altitude? Well, I mean, it will be. Let's kill that alarm. There's a button over there for killing the alarm. You know what? Hold on. This happened again the other day. I bet you if I go into PMDG setup, it's going to say some crap about the... let's just clear it all. Possible I'm doing something wrong, of course. Well, maybe someone can explain that to me. I've set the cabin altitude to my cruising altitude. Oh, PAX. I never turned the PAX back on after... That would be it. I think that'll solve the problem. That would be it, I would think. Let's go ahead and turn on some panel backlights here, because I think we're going to have a night flight ahead of us. Let's get that stuff configured now. Gotta remember to turn the packs on, man. Why do I forget that stuff? But again, I guess that's what checklists are for. Pull our 737 checklist back up here. Before taxi, before takeoff, parking brake, auto throttle, center fuel pumps, anti-ice as required, cabin lights as required. Flight instruments check, we did that. Engine instruments, brake temp, takeoff data, got it. Nav equipment, got it. Takeoff clearance, landing lights, runway turnoff lights, taxi lights, position lights, transponder, TFC, clock. I never push the stupid clock. I always forget to push the clock. Positive rate, auto brake. Auto brake is off right now. We're going to go ahead and turn that to a 2 for landing later. Gear lever is up, of course. Flaps are up. Autopilot engaged. LNAV and RNAV is required. Cabin lights. Altimeter. Standard. Have we ever started climbing past 16? Why haven't we climbed past 16 yet? Turn off VNAV and back on with VNAV. See if it gets it this time. Yeah, there we go. Now we're climbing. And let's go ahead and clear ourselves up to 40. Climb, altimeter set to standard. I already did that, right? Yeah, I did. Did a little bit early, to be honest, but did it. Landing lights, seatbelts, de-ice, fuel quantity lights, ATIS. Okay. I think I'm properly configured now, so we'll see if the cabin altitude button light goes off in a bit. But I think I'm properly configured here. I've got my packs enabled. I'll turn the APU bleed back on and just see if this goes away. Leave it on. Holler at me in the chat. Tell me what I'm doing wrong to get that red light off. Masks deployed. Clear all. And nothing still. I guess I'll just have to live with that red light until someone in the chat tells me why that's there. Ooh, pretty sunlight. Pretty sun. Flying over Appalachia. Do your thing, wing. Passing 24,000, 440. Go away. Don't like red lights on. Alright, let's do a little bit of Google searching while we're climbing. I'll figure this out. I am too curious to not figure it out. EMDG 737 cabin altitude warning. Packs to auto. APU bleed off in this guy's case. I've got that. Engine bleeds on. That looks right. Where's the recirculating fan on his? Circulating fan to auto. Packs to auto. Isolation valve open. Still got a red light. Don't know why. You need to click the trip reset and pressurization panel, and it may take some time. Trip reset the pressurization panel. Trip reset. May take some time. Let's see if that gets rid of it. So we're flying directly into the old son of Rooney here. Does this thing not have sunshades? I feel like that's a sunshade right there, but it don't come out. Anyway, it's all good. We're cruising. We're flying. We're having fun. Look at that bad boy. Getting up to 40. Getting up to 400. That's the view you want. That's the view you want. It's probably not the view you want. That's not a bad view. Love the wing flex, the way the wing flex is so nicely modeled. Looks really convincing. Hey, I got rid of the light. Hey, the light's gone. Cool. Altitude check 33.7. Got a route discontinuity here. We're lacking. Let's look at our map. Wasn't lacking one of these? Oh, hold on. That's one of them that I put in. So I want to clear this. Clear. I want to delete this. There we go. Delete this. So B and A is all we know so far. So what we want to do now is put in our arrival and approach. So for arrival, we're going to use the Boosh 3. So execute that. Departure and arrival. Boosh 3. And we're expecting runway 11 with the B&A transition. So we're inbound halls now. Bazoo, B&A, CGI, Delight, Fats, awesome, this looks good, Cue Ball, BBJ, PTs, Chicken, Letter, Rip, J-Buck, and Vectors to final, is that right? There's the airport. So let's look at ILS 11 here. That is what we want. Add that to the route. See how that looks. We'll go from J. Looks right. J-Buck to Hixub. So what we'll do in our case is we'll just take Hixub and put it into that vector spot. So we've got altitude and speed restrictions all input at this point. That all looks fine. We are prepared for our descent. Way in advance too. Look at that. Look at that. Looking okay. Hey, another airport. Another airplane. Landing at that airport. Or crashing? No, okay. Landing. At that airport. You know what? I didn't turn on any sweet calming jams. Let's do that. Grab myself a drink real fast while we fly into the sun. Be right back. Okay, coming back at you. Turn on some light in here. Got me a glass of what? Actually, no, I'm going to turn the light back off because it's going to be a nighttime landing, isn't it? I'll turn on a little bit of ambient light. Got me a little Glencairn glass of vodka here to enjoy. How long did I have that on desktop mode, man? Not showing my cam and stuff all the way from takeoff? Or just when I went to, probably when I went out to SimAware. Oh, hello. Do we have ATCs? Memphis Center. One 132-550. 132-550. Memphis Center, good evening, Roush 617 with you, flight level 400, inbound Halls.
Roush 617, Memphis Center, ident.
Ident 617.
Check 17, radar contact 90 miles southeast of Nashville, VOR flow level 400.
Sounds right to me. So we've got some ATC for a while. Let's kind of take a look real quickly at SimAware and see what that looks like. Not sure how big Memphis Center is, so we'll go back into desktop mode. This time I'll try to remember to take it back out of desktop mode. But we're going to go here. That's when I was researching that problem. Where am I at? Oh yeah, okay, he came online. So we'll just have Memphis Center for a while. We'll actually be doing a right turn in his airspace and then heading up to St. Louis, but we will not have ATC for landing if it stays the way it is right now. So yeah, so we got a little ATCCC action. All right, you know what, while we're here, let's do this real fast. For those of you who are just joining this series for the first time, I do this every flight. What I'm doing is combining some passions of mine. I love me some racing. I love me some sim racing, hence the iRacing t-shirt. And I love me some NASCAR, and I love flight simming. And so I thought, let's combine some stuff. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking my favorite NASCAR team, which is RFK. That's why you hear me doing Roush 617 or RFK 617, because Roush is the team. Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, then the 6 car and the 17 car. That's where the call sign comes from. So we're Roush 617, and we're sort of pretending as we're a variable aircraft charter service. So depending on the team's performance, they budget to fly in either a faster or slower plane, nicer or worser plane. So the way I started out the year was flying the DC-3 a lot, because basically if they average 21st through 30th, meaning Keselowski finishes one way, Busher finishes another way, they average 21st, that means we are in the DC-3. They both DNF, we're in a Seneca, do better, we're in a Vision Jet, Citation, get a win, and we're in the 737 BBJ. So you see us today in the 737 BBJ because Keselowski won at Darlington. Now, because of the way the middle of this last month works out, Darlington's in South Carolina, Charlotte's in North Carolina, and in between there's the All-Star race at what's it called? Anyway, it's in the same area. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do some private VFR flying to the All-Star race, and anyway, while it's in that private little area, using the Seneca. I didn't want to waste the BBJ on something like that. So here we are in the BBJ on our way to Worldwide, which is Gateway, which is St. Louis. So that's today. Now, what I haven't decided is if I want to sort of make up rules as I go and say that, because we got the BBJ, because we got to win, the budget's increased, we could do 5 flights in the BBJ, or if I go back to just the performance-based standards, because I like flying the 737. But I don't get a lot of opportunities because, racing's hard, winning's hard. And so it's, it's just not as likely that my boys are going to win all the time. So we're in the BBJ right now. We've flown a lot of Citation this year, and in the beginning we were flying a heck of a lot of DC-3, which is fun, but boy oh boy, tell you what, 11 hours in a DC-3 going from where'd we go, from Atlanta to Vegas? Was it Vegas? Atlanta to Phoenix? I can't remember. Maybe it was in Atlanta to Phoenix, but regardless, it was a long friggin' flight. Very long flight. And glad I did it. It was a lot of fun. Right? I'm not gonna lie, but it was long, and I kind of don't want to do much of that anymore. So, anyway, it's my game. I can play the rules however I want to play the rules. Just kind of a fun way to do some variance of a career without investing all the time in something like a pilot's life, Chapter 2. So I think that would be really cool, but pretty challenging, So taking a tour around the BBJ here. Stand up, get a standing height. We'll go to the back and work our way forward. How's that sound? So we got some steerage back here. This is where the servants serve. They apparently speak Klingon because I don't know what that is. Got a get out door there. Yeah, just storage lockers and stuff. And I guess, what do you got here? 3 rows of 3, so 9, 8. Oh, this is a 2 on this side, isn't it? Okay. Nice. So you got some passengers back here, maybe the press and whatnot, and then, you know, I could just imagine one of the teams sitting here debriefing after a race, another team sitting here debriefing after a race, and I'm chilling, like I'm the driver, I'm sitting here, and as we're talking, I'm just looking out the window, you know, talking about stuff, enjoying the view, and then as we head forward, maybe Brad sitting over here with his team, talking about their stuff. You know, hey, we won, we get the big table, having some food, having some bananas, yum yum. You know, someone's got to go to the restroom, boom, no worries, we got a big one here. And then up here is where people play poker. And then we got a little wet bar. Of course you got a wet bar. You got to have the booze, man, gotta have the booze. So we're gonna continue heading up toward the flight deck. You know, it's funny, it doesn't feel, I mean, by private plane standards it feels massive, but when you think about commercial flight, this doesn't feel all that big. Like, you get from front to back pretty darn fast. But can you imagine having this privately? Like, that's just incredible. Incredible to me. That there are actually people who own these things that are that wealthy and can own something like this. We got a seal here. I think we got a Tesla panel gap there, though, PMDG. Anywho, let's a tour around the airplane. So we're back at the flight deck here and do a quick instrument look around. 37 nautical miles to our next waypoint of B&A. Wow, that's already the transition for, that's already the transition, right? So I need to start thinking about getting down already. It's not long. It's not too long. It's nice when you're going 0.8 of Mach. Things move quick. In fact, what is ET here is showing us 39 minutes. I don't know how likely that actually is. Let's take a quick look at our arrival weather. 3009 is going to be the altimeter. Let's set our barometer to inches, yeah. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Wrong thing. 3009. So when we pass 18,000, we'll flip that back over. Let's go ahead and study our approach and arrival plates here. I guess we'll start with the approach plate. So we need to tune in 11195. We'll do that in both. So our approach is set. Our final approach course is going to be a 123. Nice. Next altitude 310 or below, and then only 20 nautical miles until 240. So I wonder if I should go ahead and plan on like a 260. We've got plenty of time, right? Got plenty of time. Top of descent. So it looks like top of descent is right at Delight. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Right around.
617 to set up on discretion, maintain flight level 300.
Pilot's discretion, descend maintain 300. Roush 617. Alright, I guess we're going to go down to 300 here. Level change. Interesting that he's already bringing me down though. I wasn't expecting that. But that's fine. It's all good.
Star 9795 forward center is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a great flight.
Okay, I'm going to get a copy of there.
So pretty. I do love flying. You know what I haven't been doing is getting screenshots. Get a couple screenshots here. This is a pretty good one here actually. So let's hit print screen. Like it. Pop this on ye old Discord. Again, while turning is even cooler. Ah, beauty. More screenshots. More. Sounds like we're reaching 30,000. Yes, we are. Man, look at that sunset. Oh, that's so pretty. I mean, if you've got a machine to run the graphics, you cannot complain about the graphics. Beautiful modeling. Beautiful modeling. Airports on both sides. Okay, coming up on the right turn and top of descent. I'm going to take a quick look at Cineware here and see whether that descent is going to happen in his coverage area. I do believe it will. Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, Boosh 3. Still 100 nautical miles to go before we're there. But it looks like top of descent happens right at that next turn. And then I think we'll be landing right at sunset. We've been sort of chasing the sunset, flying directly into it the whole flight. Do a quick fuel check. We're at 7.8. Let's go to OFP. Our next waypoint is CGI. Supposed to be sitting at 6.9. I got 7.7 now. I think we're still okay. I think we'll have about 0.4 left when we land.
I think that there were times when we very much disagreed with the decisions Judge Mershon made. I think there were times when we certainly appreciated that he was making decisions, but weighing both sides and making decisions based upon that. But at the end of the day, there were key decisions made before the trial started and during the trial that I don't want to use of fair or unfair, but that we think were not consistent with the law.
But you can't say if he was fair or not?
Well,
he ruled in your favor sometimes, he ruled against you sometimes.
Yeah, but no, I think just saying whether someone's fair or unfair is not really the question. The question is whether the decisions that he made before the trial, in advance of the trial, with the omnibus motions, with the motions in limine, and then during the trial, were they right under the law? Was he right doing that? And that's where I think we have disagreements. We think there were a lot that were not.
Why did Donald Trump not ultimately take the stand here?
On the ground here in Memphis.
Well, that's a very
FedEx 193 having Memphis Center. Hello. Runway 36.
To me, honestly.
Center is the active for departure. Would you prefer runway 27?
Of course, he wanted to test.
Yeah, we'll take 27 if you want to give it to us. Actually, it'll be runway 9 due to the wind. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take 9. FedEx 193 heavy runway 9, taxi Victor. Runway 9, taxi via Victor. FedEx
193. Just cruising. Not a very exciting flight today, huh? Just a chilled stream. Except for me screwing up starting the airplane. It's been pretty simple, pretty smooth.
Center, antenna 405, ready to go 36 center. I'm sorry, last aircraft wrong taken. Antenna 405, we're at Memphis International. We're the FedEx ramp just south of 27. We're going to 36 center. 405 heavy, Memphis Center, hello, yep, you're definitely going to need 36 center with that plane. Runway 36 center, taxi Victor Sierra, correction, Alpha Sierra, cross, no crossing, Alpha Sierra to 36 center. Alpha Sierra, 36 center, antenna 405. Way to believe in me, I could have taken runway 9 and made it. Do you want it? No. Okay. How you doing, Chris? What's up? I don't think we've worked together yet. I know. I'm always on a different time than you. Were you on during the Memphis in May? Yeah, I was on one of the center sectors. We didn't work.
Alright, showing top of descent coming up here.
You gonna come to community engagement next week? What day is that? Thursday. Possibly. I don't know if I'm going to be stuck out in Murfreesboro or not. Alright. you think 1.3, or correction, 1.4 million pounds could go off runway 9?
I'm gonna say that's a no.
Yeah, Joe Faith.
Well, I was gonna say, then again, I like taking risks, but it's not my plane, it's yours.
I deny it.
You do what you want.
Okay, so the
You
flight
do you.
restriction is 310 or below. I'm already at 300 here, 280 knots.
No, it says, you know, this aircraft, it has like what the very small Cessnas have, really small Garmin. I think it's like a 500 or 550 or something. I don't feel like reprogramming that again. No thanks.
Yeah, you know, I definitely understand that. Route 617, leaving my airspace, Kansas City's offline, frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Over to Unicom. You guys have a nice night. Roush 617.
Sure.
Alright, I guess it's up to me what I do now. Phone. Scan QR code. WhatsApp chatting with a buddy of mine who's a real GA pilot. He's always flying so much that he doesn't get on and play very much. Still got the windows. How's it looking? Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the way that looks. Alright, since now we're on Unicom, let's start thinking about our own descent profile. So we got 25 nautical miles, 394 is fine. We've got another 20 miles after that. We just need to be at 310 below. We're already there. So our next altitude is going to be 240. So let's go ahead and set 240 and VNAV. Interesting. Set it back to 300 and at VNAV. Here we go. slow down. Keep it at 797, please. I think it's gonna speed back up now. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. Print screen. Cruising. All right. So 300 at 280. Okay, so I expect it'll slow me down itself if it hasn't already. 772 here, 292. And 14,000 is next after that. So let's go ahead and set our altimeter, not altimeter, excuse me, our next altitude. Well, it's 14,000 or above, isn't it? So let's set it to 16. And see if VNAV does its thing. Get a decel. VNAV is enabled. That's good. All right, inbound Delight, 3.5 miles. Got a decel here. Looks like a new top of descent showing, I think. Let's pay attention to VNAV and see if it does what I think it's going to do. I think as soon as I pass Delight, it's going to start bringing me down. Alright, still sitting at 30. Yeah, I think I hear the engine retarding. Yeah, okay, cool. Throttles are coming back. Should expect deceleration down to 280. Oh, already at 280 below. Alright, cool. Well, it's going slower than I'd expect, and I think I'm going to put it level change mode here and do this manually. I don't know what the hell is going on with VNAV, so we'll just do this the oldish fashioned way. Keep it at 280, level change down to 16, and let's click on our descent profile here. So the next thing after that is going to be from 14 or above. So we're going down to 16, so 15 at 280. So we're going to maintain 280 for quite some time, between 11 and 15 at UJ. And just to look again, UJ is there. So we've still got a long ways to go. Like, there's still quite a few miles left. RIP, J-Buck. 5, 10, 22, 24, 35. Okay, it's not that bad. It's about 60 miles or so. Let's go ahead and set it to 15,000. It'll get us well there ahead of UJ. .11195 is correct. Cross-checked. Yes. Looking good. Ready to capture that ILS and localizer. Oh, hey, what's up, Brett? Sorry, I just now noticed your chatteroony. Say hi to Mike. He was just WhatsApping with me. We're doing an approach here. Check out how beautiful everything is. We're doing an approach into St. Louis here in the Boeing 737 BBJ, aka the Big Business Jet. Wow, that's pretty. So here's what it would look like to have your own BBJ. Print screen. Give me that screenshot, baby. Where's my Discord at? Let's head back in the cockpit, see how we're looking. Oh yeah, look at that descent profile. Dude, yeah, this game, if you've got a system that can run it, this game is just beautiful and relaxing and all that. I'm working on a descent here, but I'll show you this real fast. Like, look at some of these screenshots that I've gotten during this flight. It's just beautiful. Isn't that great? I mean, damn. The modeling in this game is just fantastic. Look at the lens flare. So cool. Anyway, hope you're doing good, bud. So we're flying the NASCAR team here, RFK, from Charlotte to St. Louis. Been online for a bit here. Looks like since I got to cruising altitude, about an hour and a half. So coming up on cue ball. So let's look at this again. The cue ball need to be BBJ between 15 and 11. Looking pretty good. I think we're going to set 11 as our next altitude. Or below, so between 10 and 11. And then what the hell is that? Between 8 and 9. Then between 7 and 8. So it starts to go down pretty rapidly from there. I'm going to try to re-enable VNAV and see if it takes and does its descent profile appropriately. Maintaining 280 and then 270. So I do expect it to slow down. Oh, 278. I do expect it to slow down to 278 here. Then 228. Then I'm doing my right turn at J-Buck. Yeah. Hey man, congrats for your niece. That's exciting. Continuing our casual descent here. Let's do a quick fuel check. We've got 5.8 remaining coming up on UJ. Let's go look at our OFP and see if that's on track. UJ 6.5. Ooh, I'm a little low actually. We used more gas than expected. Will we make it? I think we'll make it. But still. Alright, below 18,000. Let's switch our barometer over. 3009. Let's double check our... Yep, 3009 is correct. Cross check 3009. Good. Here's St. Louis for you. Sunset in St. Louis. Alright, right on the money there. Let's change our range here. Currently set for 11,000, which is good for this next one. Let's go ahead and bring it down to 8,500. Speed of 278 is perfect, but then it'll drop to 228. Then we got a left turn coming up. Oop, runway in sight. And just as a reminder, we are landing on runway 11. Let's look real quickly at this airport. runway 11 is the far right one, so it's this one that's sticking out. Its final course. Elevation of 617, and just to confirm, I have 600 plugged in, that's perfect. 9,000 foot runway, let's make sure we have auto brake set, we do. Bearing 123, already got that configured. Cross check. Let's check our descent profile. Ooh, we need to get down. We are at 99, we need to get down to 8,000, really 7,500, 72 is fine. We need to turn on our landing lights because we are now under 10,000, landing lights enabled. Take a look at our approach for ILS. Runway 11. Perfectly on track to chicken. I'm going to do a little loopity-loop there. 123 is the course we just set. Our localizer frequency is 11195, and we are set 11195. Yeah, Brett, take it easy, man. Appreciate you dropping in. You're going to miss a beautiful landing. Left turn. Be at 5,000 for J-Buck. That's where we're going, buddy. Well, that looks more downtowny over there, doesn't it? I mean, look at that descent profile. Could it be any better? No, it simply couldn't be. So, decreasing speed, looks like it's set to 210. VNAV's doing its thing. Hicks up at 167. So J-Buck, after J-Buck, when we do the right turn, I will start setting flaps. Right at the decel point, we'll set flaps, or we'll start setting flaps. we're hitting 5,000. Next, we want to be at 3,500. Go ahead and bring in our first notch of flaps. And we want to bring our speed down to 165. There's my runway right there. Alright, let's go ahead and bring it down to 146 at 25. Next notch of flaps. Okay, there it is. And let's get ready to hit approach. And approach mode, please. Disable level change and hit approach. See if we were established on the localizer here. I've got diamonds. More flaps. Get ready for landing gear soon. Ooh, too much flaps. Alright, gear. My current flap setting at? That's 5? That's 15. What's your problem, kid? You're not on approach mode? Yeah, you are. Alright, I'm gonna have to take over manually, I think. Okay, got 3 green, no red. Coming in high. Zero out the throttle effectively. Not sure what I did wrong in the ILS there, but it's okay.
Traffic.
Almost traffic.
1,000.
Maintaining that 1, 2, 3 nicely. Gonna turn auto throttle off. Bring this in fully manually. Basically idle on the throttles, a little bit of right rudder to bring this over. Even that out. better. Reversers and speed brake deployed. Ah, so smooth. I mean, for a semi-emergency situation there. Right, under 90. Speed brake retract. Flaps retract. APUs, start. St. Louis traffic, St. Louis traffic. This is Roush 617, type 737, clear. Runway 11, departing to the ramp. Ooh, that landing, I didn't even feel the ground, man. That was great. For having to take over at the last second there and do a little divey dive, I'm really happy with that. Alright, let's close this chart and zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh shoot. Over here charting and not driving. Do want to take a left-a-roo here, don't I? Take Tango. So there's the airline ramp over here. Should we have more SUVs meet these boys up, or? What is signature? Is that the luxury ramp? I mean, that's kind of where I should be, right? Now let's pull up to a terminal. So we'll take Tango to, what is that, Charlie there? Turn on Charlie. Take Charlie down and pick a gate. Good old nighttime landing though, huh? Not bad. What's up, American? Let's say we pull in Dedicate the jetway, maybe after the United here. Charlie 10. Parking brake is set. We'll go ahead and kill engine number 1. And go into menu here and under ground services, put chocks on. And let's request the gateway, or jetway. Flip over to APU. Keep the packs running. Shut down engine number 2. Why is that still inhibited? Jetway, there we go. Jetway, there it is. Alright, boys. We made it. We can turn off anti-collision, turn off taxi, landing lights already off, turn off strobe. Pretty cool shot. Our last screenshot of the night. Hooked up to the jetway. Anyway, that was fun. Whatever minor frustrations happened along the way are totally fine because I had a good time in the end. So I appreciate everybody here watching and having a good time. Holler in the comments if you'd like to see more of the 737, or if I should be more honest about my my strategy that started the season off and only fly whatever they earn. I enjoy flying a different variety of airplanes, and so I don't have to fly big and fast. But boy, it sure does take a lot less time, doesn't it? So. One more time to remember what it would be like to be super rich. There's your private 737. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you had a really good time. I certainly did. I'll catch you next time.